Yes, welcome to Fans Tackle. On this show, what we do is we talk about soccer, we talk about football, we talk about sports, special things happening with football or at the football arena, in stadium, about individuals. But we don't just talk about them, we allow fans of these clubs to really say it from their perspective. So that's why it's called Fans Tackle. So today, we are going to be talking about something very important, a club that many people have been following. We have many followers from all over the world. Just mention it. I don't know. There is something about that club that people are just following. And then some, well, that I can call detractors, some people that I can call detractors, really have tagged the club as a club that is known for near success syndrome. And if you like, if you don't like, I'll just mention the name. The name of the club, of course, that you know, I'm talking about Arsenal. Arsenal. The question we are asking today is that the EPL champions journey of Arsenal, can they hold their nerve this time against the City? Or are they still going to bottle it? They nearly did today against West Ham. And then before I bring my guests or the fans of different clubs that are going to be talking about this, I want you to see this clip because it's going to be a key point of the matter. So let's watch. That was the time towards the end of the game that it was a very major situation during the game, and then it's becoming a very contentious issues now for most people. So I have with me a fan from a club that is not in contention of anything. I'm sorry, but I have to say that. So here is Joel. Joel, what do you think about that moment?
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that you did say we're not in contention for anything, but Liverpool is the current champion of England, and
Oh,
we
really?
still the right to the title. Yeah. So speaking, circling back to the issue at hand, as you can see from the clip, there was a lot of holding, grappling. Did the referee make the right decision? No, because that's what makes football.
In you. He has thrown a tackle. He said that shouldn't have stood against West Ham. That is a clear goal by what you call it, West Ham against your team at the final minute. The near success syndrome almost repeated itself. There, what do you have to say? Was that a legitimate goal or not? Oh, can you? Okay, can you start again? I can hear you now.
All right. Yeah, I said that was a very legitimate goal.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree with one thing that Joe said. He said, football is a contact sport. I agree with that. It's a contact sport. But then we cannot excuse, fouls, especially on the goalkeeper. And if you look at those series of events that happened while the ball was in motion, while that cross was coming in, Uh, it's true that there were Arsenal players, who were man marking, other Western players who wanted to score. But then pay attention to what those two players did to the goalkeeper. One was dragging his shirt from behind. The other one was pressing down his arm so that he would not be able to save the ball. And we don't have to blame the referee. Thank God now we have VAR. And when the Arsenal players, raised the alarm that something is definitely wrong. The referee didn't make, the decision by just pointing or just disallowing the game. the referee had to go back, take a second look,
Mhm.
and the other referee attendant must have told him something. But then that was not enough for him. So we must give credit to the referee. He went back. Rules are rules. You cannot foul the goalkeeper and expect, that the referee should look away. I understand again, commentaries by fans of other clubs, who don't wish us well. but but then they don't want us to, to attain the heights that their clubs, have attained in recent years. But this time around, we're gonna, against all odds, we're gonna win the Premier League to start with. And we can keep the conversation for the Champions League final, for another day.
Okay, Joel, going away from the issue, the Ula Baloo of the that's officiating their final moment. I have my opinion, and I keep my opinion to myself. So I allow the fans to tackle themselves. But going by what happened during the game, do you think Arsenal actually work for this? Do you think they work for this?
You have to give it to Arsenal because not in just in this game, but for the whole season, they showed some level of consistency in terms of performance. For them to even be contesting at this stage, I really didn't believe Arsenal would come this far. So you have to give it to them. But Arsenal peaked a little bit too early into the season, and right now I feel they're at that stage where they've reached like a point of diminishing returns, where we are seeing inconsistency in their performance. The game was really boring. If not, I was having my lunch while I was watching the game. I would have slept off. Not so. It wasn't an exciting game. I felt this is not the beautiful football I fell in love with, and that's because of the style of play of Arteta. It circles back to the style of play, which is something they call Aram football, which is not so beautiful to watch. And I believe that should not even. That's the reason why they should not be allowed to, or they should not win the league because they cannot be the real representative of the great English football. So I
Wow.
give it to them for consistency, but their
Wow.
style is so boring. It's really boring.
Wow. That was a shot fired. Rotimi, what do you have to say?
Yeah, shot well received. You fired that shot. I think what we must consider, in contemporary football, it's not aesthetics. Um, Arsenal invested a lot of time, a lot of resources in previous seasons. Chasing aesthetics, or playing tiki taka, or passing the ball all around, having possessions with nothing to show for it. But this season, you know, we have come of age. We have understood something that people reckon with champions. They don't reckon with who play, a beautiful football. I agree with you that sometimes, it can be boring. But then I think what every Arsenal fan cares about right now is that trophy. However way you want to play it, you want to pack the bus like Mourinho used to do it, and he was winning at that time. We're hailing him. Pack the bus, but bring the trophy. When we have won enough trophies, we can go back to playing tiki taka or beautiful football. But right now, all we're concerned about is to win that trophy. And we're going for the trophy. I understand that you want to watch tiki taka, watch Manchester United, watch Manchester City, watch Barcelona. For the trophy, you're going to win it. You want to win it ugly. So that you won't be disappointed in our next match. We want to score one goal and defend it. That's how
Okay.
we roll.
Okay, so winning ugly. So, Joel, do you think as this Arsenal, 2 games to go, 2 games to go, they just have to win by any margin and they are champions. Do you think they are going to do that this time, or is still another time to bust away?
Yes, I just dropped my bottle before you asked the question, and Arsenal is going to bottle it. Uh, I believe Crystal Palace and Burnley being the next 2 games, they are going to deliver. in terms of maybe getting a draw. Burnley has been relegated already, so it's like fighting with the pig. They have nothing to lose, so they are going to fight to nail for at least to defend themselves. And Crystal Palace has shown some level of consistency, and I do think they are currently in the Conference League final. That shows the level of football they've been playing this season. They've had a fantastic season, even if some of their players have been out injured, like their striker Mateta. They've lost some players, sold some, and their coach is leaving this season, so he's going to want to end the season on a high note. So Palace is going to particularly deliver. I've never counted on Palace to do something exceptional, but I'm banking on Palace to at least hold Arsenal to a draw. And I don't see City losing or playing draw for their next three matches because they have one outstanding. So, by my estimation, just by calculations and doing some permutation and combination, I believe City is going to win the league by just 1 point again. Yeah.
Wow. Rotimi, this is scary.
Yeah,
Clearly. This is scary because even when I was watching your game today, I was like, oh God, just help these guys. Just for the sake of my friends. I don't care, but just help these guys because of my friends. Here you are. 2 games to go. They have said that you are going to have your Waterloo in the palace. Crystal Palace is going to be your undoing. And then Burnley might bundle you out of the trophy. What do you think your coach should do or your players should do to ensure that this does not happen to
well,
you this time?
let me first react to all this uh, doomsday conspiracies about we're having a I heard that we're going to lose to West Ham. We didn't lose. So I'm not surprised that fans of other clubs are predicting now it's going to be West Ham who will ambush us, Burnley who will ambush us, Crystal Palace. All of us, they don't matter. What we have to concentrate on is concentrate on ourselves.
Mm.
However I want to play it, we're going to win. Remember, we started this league August last year, right? And when everybody started, everybody, had this clean slate. So everybody started at the same time and they were playing. And we're playing boring football. We're in the final of Champions League. We're playing boring football. We're number one in England. We've won the most matches. We've lost. We have more clean sheets than any club. So I cannot see Crystal Palace or already relegated Burnley, stopping us. We don't care about what Manchester City are doing. We only care about what we are doing. We're going to win those 2 matches. We won't even play a draw. We're going to win those 2 matches, and we're going to be
Mm-hmm.
champions. So
Okay.
I have no fears. Actually, I have no fears. We're winning, and we'll come back to this to celebrate.
Okay. You come back to this to celebrate. Yeah, we heard that over and over and over, and then Man City has been the major thing. And when you think of Man City, you even think the guy is gonna be nice. Maybe Pep Guardiola is gonna just say, "Hey, here is my boy. Let me just allow him to get this." But this guy is not relenting. So, Joel, I want you to give a final tackle on this. What do you have for him?
Okay. So I just want to point out something that Arsenal winning the league will be very spectacular because given that they've won the league the last time they won it was 2004, I can list things that have happened since Arsenal won the league. COVID has happened. There was no Facebook. There was no YouTube. Manchester City has they barely had a cup before then. Bitcoin was invented. Ronaldo has won 5 Ballon d'Ors.
Wow.
Obama wasn't even America's president then. Nigeria was still under Obasanjo. I mean, a lot has happened. There was no iPhone as of 2004.
Oh my
And the
God.
last time they made it to the Champions League final was 2006. Uh, since then, Liverpool has been in three final. We've won one, and I mean the list goes on and on. But I want to tell you to be spectacular. It will be something big, something really big. I mean, being a Liverpool fan, maybe being any of the top six club fan, you might just get used to this level. So I feel Arsenal is going to attain a new height of attempting to record, maybe joining the big weeks back. Then on Guardiola allowing Arteta to win, I feel Arteta isn't really a of the Guardiola philosophy of football, because, like I did mention earlier, Guardiola plays beautiful football. He has tried high press football. He has tried tiki taka football and won with it. So there's this. It's not just watching P22 men chase the ball on the pitch. It's about what your. It's about the fluidities, the balance, the structure, the shape, positional, and tactics that you see that they are using to outsmart their opponent. Not just backing the balls and we watching ugly football. So I don't see Arteta being of the Guardiola philosophy of football, and that's why his football is not the type that you see winning. That's why they always peak early and underperform towards the end. And we're still going to see it pretty much into this at the end of the season. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So thank you very much. I'm gonna give Rotimi his final shot.
Yeah, like I said before now, I love the history Joe provided, all those events that took place, from the last time that we won the league. And like he said, that is what will make this trophy very spectacular. And one thing I want to leave Joel and you, the host, with is, and to our viewers, is that Arsenal have come of age. In the last 3 seasons, we came second to a particular team. And that team, you know, Manchester City are the one chasing us now. They are chasing us. But the truth is, they cannot measure up this season. We're there, we're winning this trophy. And congratulations to Arsenal Football Club. And Joel, like you said, we're back to where we used to be. But then what will make this very unique is that we're winning 2 trophies. We've not done that before. We're going to do that this season.
Okay. On another show, we're gonna be talking about the other trophy that you are also gunning for. But I think we should not count. We should. I would want to advise you not to count your eggs before they are hatched. I think you should take it one after the other. So on that note, I want to say thank you to both of you for the tackles that you've given yourself. Yeah, and I think it's enjoyable. So, and I'll see you some other time. So God bless you.
Thank you.